23 Years by Mike Walker, inspired by a true story, with Alan Armstrong as Joe Kay and Danny Webb as Detective Inspector Brunner.
I've been watching this spider. Now, a lot of people don't like them. I don't know why. I suppose it's just what you like and what you don't like. I don't mind them, especially the garden spiders, because they're more... Well, the ones that live inside, they're great because it doesn't matter. They hide in the corner all day, hide in the shadows. But out in the garden, you need camouflage. Anyway, this one had an egg right there in the centre of its web. And one morning, it wasn't an egg anymore. It's hundreds of tiny spiders. And they were all together. And then they started moving, and they were like beads. Tiny little transparent... They were almost transparent. These tiny little beads moving. Up, down, around the web. I sat there and I thought, well, there they are. All of them. And some of them would make it out of the web and some of them wouldn't. That's what I thought. I look at the garden a lot. I look at things a lot. I like things. Looking at things. Things mean something. I mean, there they are. Or there they ain't. Or they change.
Lima 2. Lima 2.
Lima 2, control over.
Your location, please, Lima 2.
Control, that's Parkside Street, coming up to Laurel Avenue.
Thank you, Lima 2. We have an incident report. Glen Ford Road, number 15. Possible fatality. Neighbour reports an elderly woman lying on the floor.
I'm not going to pretend I was a good father. Oh, Christ, I could hardly do that, could I? But there was... You see, it's... Everything is give and take. But with your kids, it's always give. Affection, love. You don't want nothing for yourself, just for... If they're real or something, and it's what a family ought to be. That's how it is. Only, of course, it isn't. Because things change. They always, you can bet everything changes. Except in prison. In prison, things change, but nothing changes. It just goes on for 23 years.
I checked for pulse, breathing. Well, I did, but it's pretty
I'd say.
obvious that, she's dead.
Well, yeah.
She probably fell.
At her age.
Going upstairs or something?
Probably, maybe.
You can see the bruising there, the bridge of the nose and the both. We should have the glasses with the bruising.
Well, maybe you should leave that to the pathologist, eh? He'll, Did you look around? What about the other room?
If you come through into the sitting room...
If I've been younger, in my 20s, I could have at least had a chance of getting over it. I would have had a life in front of me. Things to do. But not at my age. Not at 70. Because you don't get over things. Not after 23 years. Because it wasn't 23 years. It's a lifetime. So, I have moments. Moments are easier. It's the rest, the long haul. That's the bastard. Not the moments. The little spiders.
What do you reckon, Doc?
She was sitting through there in the sitting room.
Well, yes, in the chair.
In the chair there. Glasses on the table. The paper.
I got the witness statements.
Okay.
Oh, hello, Doc.
Hello.
I've got statements from the landlady and the Mrs. Wells, the neighbour. Sorry, you were...
Yeah, just walking it
Only
through.
your mortuary people want to move her?
Oh, yes, they can. Paul, that's fine. I've examined her in situ.
Okay, Doc.
She took the glasses off.
should say so. She takes them off, puts them down on the paper, folded here, and gets up. I guess she wants to go upstairs. There's no toilet downstairs.
It's upstairs. She had the first two, this and the next, and the landlady on the top floor.
She's going to the loo, goes through here to bottom of the stairs. Maybe she trips there or on the first riser.
You see, Doc, there's blood here. Under the chair. Under the chair, just there.
Well, maybe she falls. Maybe she fell, tripped here. I can't say, obviously, now. But if she had a... who's the GP? Did she have any condition?
Yeah, neighbour said she had a heart condition.
Conditions?
Coronary artery
Atheroma.
Would that be, I guess, the cause?
Yeah, it's too early, but obviously we should be aware. The autopsy will tell us. But off the cuff, well, I never say anything off the cuff, but if I did, well, probably it's...
A couple of things.
Sorry?
Mantelpiece? Something's been moved?
From the dust, I'd say candlesticks, and in the middle, some kind of clock.
There's nothing really I can do, nothing else.
Okay, thanks, Doc. We'll be in touch.
Yep, see you.
Okay. So, where did they go, Cherry?
The statement to Mrs. Wells says the dead woman, Joan Coward, she said Joan was a bit under the weather when she came home.
Meaning?
She'd been drinking. Said something about the clock and that someone was dropping in, said she had to make coffee. Which is all Mrs. Wells saw until, well, a friend was coming, but she'd been drinking.
What about the clock?
The witness wasn't clear. Maybe someone was going to look at it.
Candlesticks, anything there?
No, nothing about them.
I always used to sleep okay. Headed at the pillow and that was it. 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever. And sometimes now I wake when I wake up, I look at the other night I was just lying there and I looked at the window and I thought, I wish there were bars. It would be easier. That's what I thought. I wish there were bars.
Yeah. Incising the chest and oh, Jerry, is the tape running? Yes, sir. Yeah. Good. Yeah. You're right, Inspector.
I hate these things, but I'm fine. Sergeant?
I'm all right.
So, cutting through the ribs. Bit like game secateurs, eh? Goose opening entering the chest cavity. Now, we'll get a look at the... Paul, have you got the tray?
Yes, sir.
Soft organs. Slide. We'll need to take I can take sections and...
Let us know about...
Just give me a moment while we... Clean it out.
Preliminary, are there any...
Obviously, yes, the heart. I mean, condition of the heart, we'd have to say that plays a part. We'll take a peep at the brain now, but I don't think I'd alter my opinion. Do you want to step back a bit, the dust? Yeah. Good.
Doc, you were saying...
Oh, off the cuff, strictly.
Yeah, quite, but,
Degenerative, acute coronary occlusion due to the degenerative long-term...
Artery atheroma.
Shock, probably. Maybe an asphyxial element. I'll obviously...
But on the whole...
Heart attack.
Heart attack.
I'd say so. Exacerbated by shock.
Shock?
Well, I'd say she was sitting in her chair, there, and she feels bad and leans forward, or she slips forward, maybe goes to get up, and she has this is your coronary or whatever that she has.
She could have had that in the sitting room.
Yeah, there, and she comes round, whatever, and feels, well, look, she's obviously banged her face going down, the bruising on the soft tissue. Naturally, she's going to get a pill. Goes upstairs.
She went upstairs? No, because at the site, didn't she say that
she has a pee. The bladder's empty, so if the loo...
Upstairs.
She's coming down afterwards, and she slips. Well, she falls, anyway, where we found her. She must have been almost down before she fell again, and, well, there you have it.
Natural. John?
The full report?
Yeah, as soon as I've done it, she'll have it.
Because...
Boss?
Going down to get my prescription at the chemist's. Standing there and waiting because I couldn't open the door. I couldn't go up to the door and open it. Well, like crossing the road. I can do that, only sometimes, once, this time, I was on a crossing, zebra crossing, and the noise. Oh, the noise. And the cars. Hundreds of thousands of cars. That's what it seemed. All going. So fast and so loud. And I froze. Like that. I could not move. And they had to get an ambulance. And they had to lower me onto the stretcher. They had to tip me onto it because I was scared stiff. Like you think it doesn't happen. Like it's just a thing you say. Scared stiff. It isn't.
Natural causes?
That's right, sir. That's what Dr. Priest thinks.
And?
Well, yeah, I don't think it is, sir.
Well, Dr. Priest thinks.
No.
John?
Sorry?
Preliminary report. It's a prelim report, and there's this. My report on Joe Kay.
Oh, look, I don't
You've
think...
got the report, it's in there.
I don't think that this report's going...
Yes, sir.
Well, he's known, we know him.
He was there.
I think he was there.
Oh, come on, Cherry, he was there. And he was there with... Sir?
Considine, yes. Peter Devereux Considine. Where do people get these names? Yes, last year. Kay was there when the guy croaked. Yeah, that's the one.
Well,
and,
that was natural causes, the coroner.
Yeah, natural causes. And, John?
Alice May Christie.
Oh, but I
drinking
think...
with Kay at the Crown, and she turns up next morning dead in the road just down from the back gate of Kay's. Old person, elderly person, another old, like Considine, like Mrs. Coward this week.
What was the, well, you've got the paperwork.
Here, sir. Accidental. Alice was pretty well known around
She
here.
was a boozer, not to put too fine a point on it.
I remember that. We had Kay in for question.
Yeah, he wasn't a known associate. I think he bought her a drink that day.
And she followed me when I left the Crown, and I told her to go home. She did that. Later, I was told there was someone sick outside the back of my house. It was Alice Christie. I called the police. I didn't touch her.
He didn't touch her.
That's certainly what the coroner...
3 years ago, Mrs. Renee Townsend, 78, myocardial infarction, no suspicious circumstances, landlady at the time of Mr. Kay and family.
You've been doing your homework.
I should.
Yeah, well, that's 3.
Elderly people in poor health or lifestyle conducive...
And Cherry, you've got, I mean, this is one more.
One more.
Well, we could take a punt, see how it plays.
Well, I think we should. All things, everything considered.
There's a lot we don't know.
Obviously, but I do know him, and in view of the evidence... Well, trust me on this, sir.
Well, let's have a look at it.
OK.
Just so you know, keep me informed.
When my appeal eventually went through, they got the best guy, the top guy from London, pathologist. He done all the big cases, all of that stuff. And he said, in his opinion, the pathological evidence for unlawful killing was unreliable. The Crown pathologist agreed. The Lord Chief Justice agreed.
OK, I'm Detective Inspector John Brunner. This is Detective Sergeant Cherry Vance. All right, obviously you know this, but it's procedure. And that's you, Joseph Norman Kay.
Joseph Norman Kay.
Of 23 Cliftonville Heights, that you have agreed to accompany us.
Look.
Voluntarily.
Look, why did you keep me...
And that we
Hold on.
certain articles, Joe, this is just a formality, if you could just hold on.
Well, I mean, no.
Certain things we have to say.
Yeah, I understand that.
You
but-
understand that?
Well, yeah.
Well, that's good that you do, because...
Well, you would, knowing the form, Joe, because you're not a stranger here.
I don't see what that's got to do with it.
Well, you're not, are you, Joe?
I have been kept. I came here and I've been kept. At your request, you asked me to come, and I did, and I was put in... For what? Hours. I've been waiting for hours.
It's
and
a busy station, you understand, Joe?
No, actually, I don't. Don't I have rights? Some rights? I mean, of course I do.
Yeah, of course you do.
This is just... Look, we're talking, OK? It was a while, and there were some things that we had to check.
Yeah, well, you should before. You could have done that before.
Well, people we had to talk to, you understand?
Well, I don't understand what's going on here.
Well, you understand that this lady was that she was dead. You understand that, Joe? I mean, this is clear, right? We all agree this lady, Joan Coward,
Joan?
is dead.
Well, she had an accident, yeah.
Because, well, you see, Joe, we don't really believe that to be the case, that she had an accident. We believe there may be other aspects to this, and we believe that you may be able to help us clear up some of the questions that we've been asking ourselves about this death. Well, that's what we think, Joe, that you could help us with this.
We feel, Joe, you might be able to clear up a few things for us.
Few questions, Joe.
We aren't going to pretend, Joe, that you're naive about this, that you haven't been here before, been in other police stations on occasions, that you don't have some form.
Yeah.
So, we're just going to ask you some questions, and you're going to help us, Joe.
Yeah, okay, if that'll clear it up.
Good.
That's good. So,
Yeah.
if you want to tell us in your own words what happened last Saturday.
Well, I'd said to Joan that, well, she wanted to sell this clock and some other stuff.
Could you tell us what other stuff that was, Joe?
This was a couple of candlesticks.
Right, fine, thank you.
And she said she'd bring them, the clock and the...
What, to the pub?
Could you say that?
She said she'd bring them to the pub, and she did, and we had a couple of drinks. I had a couple of pints, and she had, I can't remember, something, a couple. And then I said, yeah, I'll buy them, the clock and I would. And I gave her 15 quid, which we agreed was, fair, and well, that was it. And she said she was going home, and why didn't I come back and have a coffee?
And you went back?
No, I didn't go to, I didn't, not then. I didn't go back at that time.
Not at that time?
No.
Do you want to tell us what you did, Joe?
Well, I went home, and I left the clock and the candlesticks where you found them.
Go on.
And then I went out.
This would be the time here, Joe.
3, something like that. Back to Jones for some coffee.
Mm-hmm, right.
Well, I got there and the door was it was a bit open, so I sort of looked in and...
You looked past the door?
Well, yeah. No, through the letterbox. And saw that Joan was lying there, half in and half out of the sitting room. Look, do you think I could have a drink or something, some tea or something? Some water.
No, we'll do that, Joe, in just a minute. But I'd really like to get this pinned down, OK?
We'll get you something.
Just go on, Joe.
I went in because, well, I mean, she was lying there, and she was obviously, I mean, I knew the heart. I knew about the heart. The heart was, her heart was. So I went in and. Well, I was kneeling down, holding her head.
Could you just, how... Just show us how you were holding her head.
Like this. Sort of like this.
What, like that? You were kneeling?
I think I was sort of sitting.
Uh-huh.
Well, she obviously wasn't... She wasn't good. She didn't say anything.
She was alive?
Well, she didn't say anything, but she was still alive.
Right.
Yeah, she was alive.
And then?
I said, well, you all right or something, and I think she looked up. She was looking at me, and she died. That was when she died. There, she died in my arms. There, right there.
Okay, Joe. Great. Good. So, you are there, and holding her head, like so.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Joe, there's a problem. We have a little problem here, Joe. You must see that, Joe. This is a problem that we have, huh?
Well, yeah, I do. I mean, I can see that. It is. Well, it isn't, because...
Well, you know it is. It's a problem. For me, it's a problem. I think for Sergeant Vance, it's a problem.
I'd have to agree, Joe. This is a
because,
problem.
I was worried because of the others, because there'd been... I mean... You know and I know. I knew. I thought if they find me here, if they find me with, you know, if I call someone, then they're going to say, because of the others, because there was those others. So I left. I went home.
You left. You went home.
Well, what else? I don't know. I was shocked. I was really shocked because, I mean, well, you would be, wouldn't you?
Well, I think I would be, yeah. Sergeant Vance, you would be?
I would be shocked, Inspector, yes, certainly. I think anyone would.
Only I would have thought, Joe, that maybe you were getting used to it. Because, you see, you leaving, that isn't the only problem we have about your story. I mean, you must see that.
Well, that's why I went, because I knew you weren't going to believe me if I called in, because you've never believed me.
Why do you think that is, Joe?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I think you do.
Yeah, all right, because you've never believed that. Because some people, you just say, right, he's a criminal. It doesn't matter what they
you've got
do.
some form, am I right, Joe? Just some form.
Well, that was 10 years ago, and you know that, and I did. Well, yeah, it was for receiving.
A bit of offence, were you? Just a little bit of offence.
A couple of years.
Well, look at it from where we're sitting, Joe. If you just give us a
No, hold on. I came in voluntarily. There's no reason I have to be here. I can go. I'm helping you.
Well, you are, Joe.
And
you
I can
are.
walk out
we just want to get this cleared up, get it sorted out.
Anytime.
Because we just don't believe you, Joe.
I can leave anytime.
So just help us with this before you leave.
Well, I'd like a cup of tea now, you know.
Sure, as soon as... Because... You see, we don't believe you, Joe. I mean, that's our problem, and it is a problem. These 3 other elderly people, all dying after they had a drink with Joe Kay.
Look, there was each of them, there was an autopsy, and it was natural causes.
It was indeed 3 cases. Well, 4 now, if what you're saying is correct. That she had, whatever. You found her, and she died in your arms. 4 cases of elderly or old people who died after they had a drink with you, Joe. All natural causes. That's some bloody coincidence, isn't it?
I wasn't not with Alice. I never knew her.
Alice was down the lane.
You just had a drink with her.
I bought her a drink. I didn't know her. She was in the pub, that's all.
Well, Joe, I'll tell you something, Joe. When I retire, and if you see me down at the Dog and Duck, just do me a favour, Joe. Don't buy me a drink.
I wouldn't buy one of you a drink.
You don't like us, do you?
I don't like being accused of things.
You see, Joe, we don't believe you.
I can't help that.
Because we didn't find her where you said she was lying. She was lying, Sergeant?
At the foot of the stairs.
Did you move her, Joe?
I didn't move her. I don't remember. I don't think I...
So what happened, Joe? She died and then she got up and moved to the bottom of the stairs? I mean, who are you, Joe? You kill them and then you resurrect them?
I can just tell you what happened, that's all.
And the pathologist and forensics, they don't believe you, Joe? The autopsy report says,
In no conceivable way could the body have got to the bottom of the stairs other than having been so placed.
You see, we don't believe you.
All I can say...
The position of the chair in the sitting room, the presence of blood strongly suggests that an assault took place there.
Help us, Joe, because we just don't believe you.
The severe injuries to the bridge of the nose could only have been caused, in my opinion, by blows to the face. There are extremely severe injuries to the nose, cheekbones, the inner side of the upper lip. There's a strong suggestion that asphyxiation prior to death was due to the mouth being partly occluded as a result of compression by a hand. These injuries are not, in my mind, compliant with a simple fall.
Because we just don't believe you, Joe.
Just stop this.
The immediate cause of death was acute coronary occlusion.
Stop it.
Due to the degenerative change in the vessels. But this had been precipitated not only by shock, but by an asphyxial element.
Because we don't believe you, Joe, we need you to explain to us.
Look, I'm not a bloody doctor. I don't know. How am I supposed to know? I didn't hurt her.
I wish you could explain it to us, Joe. I really do. You see... Maybe I want to believe you because I don't want to be sitting here with the kind of person who would do that to 4 old people. Because if it was true, well, it'd be sick, wouldn't it?
I told you.
Well, you haven't really told us anything, Joe. Not anything useful at all.
Oh, that's enough. I've had enough of this. I'm going home. You can't hold me here.
We're not holding you, Joe. You came of your own free will, isn't that true?
I want a solicitor.
Have you got a solicitor?
Of course I've got a solicitor. I want to see him.
Do you need to see him, Joe?
I've just got some rights here, that's all.
Why did your wife tell us that you told her that you felt like drowning yourself on the afternoon after Mrs. Coward died?
Did she? I don't know.
You don't seem to know very much, Joe, do you? I think we should give you some time to sort yourself out. Get everything in order in your own head. We'll give you some time in your cell, Joe. You could have a cup of tea. Then we'll go over it all again and see if we can't find some sense in it.
When I come out, the Lord Chancellor, he'd said, well, this man shouldn't be inside in prison, and he should be let out at once. And this was, I know this was 10:30 in the morning, and they rang the prison. 10:30, and it was, well, I was waiting. I was waiting in my cell. They said, you stay here, Kay, you sit here. So I did, for about 4 hours. Then they told me I could go. I should go down to the, where they keep all your stuff. Only I didn't, not after all that, I didn't have much stuff. I had a bag, a sports bag, and I had some money, a couple £100 that people had sent me mum, or I'd earned inside. And one of the officers says, don't you want to contribute to the officers' welfare? And I just said, I said no. And they told me to go, to get out. Yeah, that's it. Just get out of my prison. Like, just get out of here.
Sit down, Joe.
I don't want to sit down.
Well, you might as well. I think you're going to be here for a while.
You can't keep me here. I want a solicitor. I want to see someone...
You can see your solicitor. We're getting him for you.
Unless you charge me,
Basically, we're arraigning you on a holding charge of stealing a clock and 2 candlesticks from Mrs. Coward, Joan Coward, and you will be held until you can determine...
Stupid. Nobody. I mean, a bloody candlestick.
This is just a holding charge, Joe. I'm sure you don't have nothing to worry about. That's what you say, isn't it? You've nothing to worry about. Well, at least you'll get a shower, a change of clothing.
You reckon I killed her, don't you?
I just want to clear a few things up, Joe. You can understand that, can't you? Clear a few things up.
Why don't you go to hell?
Now I expect your solicitor has arrived.
In the last years, I got pretty good on the computer. I'd had to learn, and I mean, they keep changing you around. You don't stay in one prison. You never get a chance to be comfortable, make contacts. But I got to use the computer room. Educational, they thought. Oh, man, I was a pensioner by then. Education for what? And I sat down at that typewriter, that computer, and I wrote out a proof of evidence, which is what you need. Your case, the anomalies in your case, you write it out. 200 pages. 200 pages. 23 years. I could have said, yes, I did it. I could, but I didn't. Not by then. By then I couldn't.
Then we're definitely...
The DPP?
Yeah, taking it to trial.
Are there any more questions we need to ask about this?
Well, do you have any problems, Cherry? Because I think we need to be clear on this, very clear, before we go ahead.
Dr. Priest, the autopsy, I mean, what he said and what he subsequently said...
Well, is there a problem there?
I think he changed his mind, didn't he? He came to one set of conclusions and then came to another.
Well, did he, though?
Well, natural causes...
Could have been.
Yeah, could have been. But he's awfully sure now. He seems certain that it was...
He thought better of it.
It's a matter for thinking better.
Well, I think it could be. I mean, if the evidence is there, and he thought it was, obviously, well, we mustn't overlook the fact that this has been, well, John?
Well, yeah, we got it double-checked. I mean, the guy for Imperial, he backs up Priest.
Well...
But look, Cherry, I'll tell you what I think, OK?
OK.
Right, I think this man is a compulsive killer. I think he has killed 4 elderly people.
There were autopsies. It was natural causes.
Not saying he's not clever. I'm not saying these people weren't old. Some of them sick. They had illnesses. Whatever. They were vulnerable, and I think he used that. I think somehow he killed them.
But why?
Okay, Cherry, sometimes we do know why people kill people. They want something. Money, property, sex, revenge. They want something the other person has. But sometimes we don't know why people kill people. Because what the killers want is not something from the victim. What they want is to satisfy or appropriate something inside themselves. We don't ever really know why in those cases. We just know that 4 remarkably similar victims met their remarkably similar deaths in remarkably similar circumstances, with or near the same person.
Oh, it's circumstantial, John. I mean, is it going to convince a jury?
If we don't stop him now, sir, we are not doing our job. And as a consequence, other people may die. And if he's on the outside, this might happen, and this will be our fault.
But what if we're wrong?
We're not wrong. There's evidence. We'll find corroborative evidence.
When I was a kid in London, me mate's dad was a rag and bone man. He had a horse, and every bloody day that horse would pull the cart. Sometimes when this fella would go to these gypsy horse fairs and get pissed, the horse would find his way back across London on his own. That's what he did. He was a horse that pulled the cart, so he pulled the bloody cart.
It is now my duty to sum up the evidence for you. It is your duty to make up your minds on the basis of that evidence, and that evidence alone, whether the prosecution have proved their case against the defendant, Joseph Norman Kay. You may think, members of the jury, that he could, Dr. Priest, could have summarized at this point by saying that death was due to heart failure due to shock and injuries, but he did not do that. He went on to state that a microscopic examination of the lungs suggested to him changes which indicated a degree of suffocation. He went on to say that suffocation played a part in the death, but he was not saying she died from suffocation itself. We come now to the, as it were, second plank of the prosecution's case, the evidence of the man Carrington. Now, there is no doubt, as the defence have pointed out, that Thomas Reginald Carrington could be described as an unsavoury character with a long police record. Indeed, he was being held on remand at Powys Prison at the same time as the defendant, Joseph Kay. In his evidence, Carrington stated that on 2 occasions at least, the defendant discussed the case with him and not only admitted killing Mrs. Coward, but actually gave a demonstration of how he had done so.
Time. It's there. It passes. Sometimes. It was meeting an old mate. Well, you don't exactly get old mates inside because you're not around long enough. You're on the move. And I bumped into this fella that I'd known soon after the trial, Terry. And he said this time when we met, which was only a couple of days because he was in transit, he gave me the name of his solicitor and said he's all right. Why don't you write to him? He might get something done for you. He might actually get you out.
Kay Joseph, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, officer, but not any yet. You know the rules, you've been in before.
Not like this.
Just thought you was an ordinary tow rag before, did they?
I shouldn't be here.
Well, you are here. I want you to know that in my eyes, you are just about a flea's cock above a nonce. And I want you to remember that.
Listen, it was...
I think you're labouring under a misunderstanding, Kay.
Straight for the shower, Kay.
I don't want to shower.
We're not here to listen, Kay. Not to you. You are here to listen to us.
So get your bloody clothes off and get in the shower.
Because you are the granny killer. You're a very nasty piece of work, Kay, aren't you?
I didn't do anything to her.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm constantly amazed at how many innocent men there are in prison.
But I am innocent.
Can I tell you a secret, Kay? Nobody's innocent. Even I've been known to nick the odd paper clip.
No, it's all wrong, all of it.
Get undressed.
I shouldn't be here. I wasn't guilty.
You're a bit of a scrawny bugger, aren't you, Kay? No muscle on you. Still, you don't need it to kill old ladies, do you? Do ya?
Turn the shower on, Gordon, will you? It's cold, but you won't mind that, will you? Will you?
No, I won't mind that.
Sir,
No, I won't mind that, sir.
Just serve your time. Don't make any trouble. If you do, there's the block. You know where the block is, don't you?
You know, sometimes there are days when things don't hang together. When you can't get yourself settled to doing anything. You know those days. In prison, there are years like that. They used to say when a con came in, they told him, now settle down, do your time, day by day, work it through. And you could see those blokes. They were playing table tennis in recreation. They were watching the telly. They were standing around, talking, or swapping fags or whatever. They were looking forward to their next visiting day, or not looking forward to it. They were there and they were doing their time. You could see it in their eyes, because a man who is doing his time does not look like a man who isn't doing his time, because that man is hanging on to something outside. The fact that he shouldn't be in here. It's like he's nailed to outside. And with every day that he does, he gets stretched further and further. Things begin to tear. Because he can't let go of that single thing. I didn't do it. But he has to want that. Because everything in him, everything around him says, give it up.
Come in.
Prisoner 253 241K, sir. And attention, stand up straight there.
Thank you. Well, okay, there seems to be a misunderstanding.
No, sir.
Well, yes, I rather think there is. That is. Now, you refuse to work in the laundry?
Yes, sir.
Well? Well?
He said, sir, that if he worked, it would be like he was saying he was guilty.
Is that so?
Yes, sir.
Well, there are, I agree, a number of reasons why we ask men to work. It gives them something to do. Gives them a sense of self-worth, allows them to earn money, which they can then use to buy small luxuries. Helps the overall finances of the institution. In some cases, it provides training for life outside, or at least introduces the habit of working. But as to being an indication of guilt or innocence, no, I've never felt that as a reason not to work. Now, you've been here, you were transferred from, you've been here 8 months, so I would have thought you'd have settled in.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And you have worked up to now?
Yes, sir.
Well, then why on earth today did you decide not to work? Is there something else? Some other problem?
No, sir.
Because we can help. If there are problems at home or something on the landing?
No, sir.
Well, look, tell me something, Kay. I'm sitting here, I'm listening. Do you have nothing to say?
No, sir.
And all this is because you're innocent?
Yes, sir.
It's nothing to do with us, Kay. Our job is to run this institution. If you have a quarrel, it's not with us. All you're going to do is make things more difficult for yourself. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you don't have anything else to say?
No, sir.
Can't you make it easy on yourself?
No, sir.
Then I don't really have any choice, do I?
No, sir.
Because I think this is an important moment for you, Kay. You've a number of years to come to terms with your situation. It's up to you from here on. Either you accept things and do your time, or you don't. And if you do, I'm not saying it'll be easy, but it will be a lot easier than if you don't. And you have to decide now. And I advise you to use your time on the block for some serious thinking about your situation. All right, that'll be all.
Sir.
The thing about the block is, it's nothing. A room, a mattress on the floor, a pot, and a light. When they choose to turn it on, Or off.
In accordance with it. You don't need us to read out this crap, do you?
I don't give a toss what you do.
Bravado. You talk big because you're scared. You won't admit it to yourself, but you are.
You can roll it up and shove it for all I...
You just won't learn, will you, Ken?
Not from you.
Not being able to learn is a sign of stupidity. And you are a very stupid man. Aren't you?
Oh, no!
Get up, you're not hurt. He's not hurt. Are you?
No! No, I'm not hurt.
Sir.
No, sir, I'm not hurt, sir.
Get in there.
You sit there in the silence and the dark, and you feel the mattress under your hands. You move your fingers over the mattress and feel the seam along the sides. Then you move your hand off the mattress and feel the floor. Concrete, rough to the fingertips, bits of stuff, sticky, dry, flaky, gritty. And you sit and breathe. And it's dark. And that's all there is.
I didn't do it.
Because, you see, I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
I knew I didn't do it. And I knew it wouldn't make a blind bit of difference.
I didn't do it.
Maybe nobody else in the whole world, and only Joan Coward out of it, would believe me. But I didn't do it.
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 I didn't do it. I didn't do it. What I did was 23 years.
Just as long as you keep asking for it. We'll keep giving it to you.
They finally let you out of the block then, Joey?
Yeah. Got tired of taking me out and putting me back and taking me out.
So what?
So what?
So what you prove, mate?
I don't know, Terry.
You're working now, ain't you? In the laundry?
Yeah.
So why not do that years ago? I mean, why put yourself through it all, Joe? I mean, you could have just said, I didn't do it, and still done the work and not done time on the block. I don't get it, Joe. Snout?
Oh, yeah, Tom. I just had to know, Terry, that I mean, there's not one thing, almost not one thing we got any choice about in here. John, that's what I reckon. No choice.
Well, if I had a choice, I'd walk out, that's for sure.
Except not to do what they say. That's the only choice, Terry, to get punishment.
You've got to be a bloody idiot then, ain't you? I mean, to get that. To walk up and ask for that.
The only choice is to say, here I am, me, Joe K. I didn't do it.
Bloody idiot.
I said it. Said it so they could hear it.
You think it'll make any difference?
Well, it made a difference to me. And now, OK, I'll do some work. But I know what I said, and they know what I said.
They'll move you on somewhere else in a few months. Winston Green, Parkhurst, wherever, and they won't know a bloody thing, mate. You're just another face on the landing. Joe bloody K, granny killer. Just another face, they won't know you or what you said.
So I'll just have to say it again, won't I, Terry?
And how many times before you get tired?
Well, that's one thing I don't know. So maybe I'll hang around and find out. I think I was shocked, mostly. I was in shock after the trial. Sitting there through it all, listening to the evidence. That toe-rag Carrington standing up there in the dock and telling them all, he said to me, he showed me, I'd done it like this. Even my own brief advised me that things didn't look good. that maybe I should try and think about what happened, and if she had died while I was there, then maybe it was manslaughter, and maybe I should plead manslaughter. Because otherwise there was a good chance I'd be going down for this one. Because the jury really wouldn't have any other choice. And the judge said, he had this look on his face, contempt. He had a contemptuous, and he said, she was 75. She was a 75-year-old woman and you killed her. And I could see he was thinking, and the police were thinking, the others too. He killed the others too. All of them. That's what he did.
Oi, Joe. Joe Kay. Hold on. Bloody hell, Terry, mate. Where did you spring from?
Must be all of what?
18, 19, 20 years, mate. I think we came close one time, maybe Winston Green. Yeah, I come in just after you gone, some of the lads said. Yeah, it must have been, what, 87? 88, August. Oh, that place was almost on fire. Oh, that bloody summer, eh?
You got it all in your head still then?
Yeah, I suppose I have. Oh, I mean, what else is there?
You still on about it? Being innocent, like?
What's it look like to you, mate?
Yeah. It looks like it to me. You know they ain't gonna let you out, Joe. Not while you... Not any kind of parole.
Yeah, I know that.
I mean, don't you want to get out?
I want to get out. Well, I want them to say, yes, you're right, you didn't do it.
You reckon they ever will?
Not unless I make them.
Oh, right, yeah. You can make them do that, can you?
Well, I can try. I mean, I ain't got a lot else to do, have I?
How?
Write up my case, write up the facts. Talk to people. There's one of the coppers involved. Well, she's not anymore. She does something else. Now, I think if I talk to her, then maybe I'll get something to start with.
What?
Something I can use, ain't it? Then I'll write it down, all of it.
You've never done any writing before, Joe.
I never got accused of murder and sent down for life before, Terry. I'm moving to Kingston next month. They got a new computer room there. I reckon I've got the time to learn.
Well, I know this fella, this Brief. He's done stuff for blokes like you. Maybe you should send him a letter.
Yeah.
In the police station, they invited me along. Come along, Joe. Help us clear up a few things and then you can go home. Yeah, well, I was the fool, wasn't I? 'Cause right from the off, I knew that Brunner, he reckoned I was a serial killer. He knew. He would have called it coppering instinct or something. That's how it is when they got an idea but no facts, no real facts. Modus operandi. That's what he reckoned, and he was so strong in that. I reckoned, I was sure about Brunner, but not the other one, the woman. Vance. Sergeant Vance.
Well, better than the usual visiting room, right, Mr. Kay?
Yeah, well, look at me. I'll be 70 next year. It ain't exactly a risk, is it? I'm a pensioner, old age pensioner. I'm not going over the wall, am I?
No, I don't think so. Now, you wrote at the recommendation of Terry Lacey.
Well, to tell you the truth, I've had a lot of briefs since I've been here. None of them. Anyway, Terry said you were good, you were fair. You'd look at what I wrote, and you'd only take it if you thought if there was a chance.
Yes, Mr. Kay.
Call me Joe. It makes it seem like we're on the same side, if we are.
I've read your proof of evidence. It's very impressive.
Took me long enough.
It's good. I think, and as you must know, nothing is sure in these cases, but I think, particularly with the evidence of Sergeant Vance, and, well, I think we could get a second opinion on the medical, on the post-mortem. I really think if we've got a top person, I think it all rests on that, Joe.
Yeah, the medical evidence. Because that's what did for me in court. Not that
Torag Carrington.
Yes, well, he was subsequently discredited anyway, and that wasn't considered ground for an appeal. So, yes, it comes down to the medical evidence in this case, and the fact that the police videoed, this was the first, well, one of the first cases that was videoed most of the way, for most of its, if we can get hold of that material, some of that material...
Well, they say it's lost or got wiped.
Well, they would say that, wouldn't they? But we shall ask, Joe, and we shall get a second opinion.
You reckon they believe me?
If you'd admitted it, if you'd said it was manslaughter, or even, yes, murder, if you'd done that, then you'd have been out...
I'd have been a free man for the last 12 years.
So, yes, Joe, I think they'll believe you.
I was sitting at home, thinking, she's dead. And I had the clock I'd bought off her and the candlesticks, and I just felt so bloody awful that this had happened. Like I was helpless. And I looked at the kids and, well, they were playing like it had never happened. Like nothing bad had ever happened. And I just felt if only I could sit down on the mat and play with them too. If I could do that, then maybe it hadn't happened. And so that's what I did. I got down and we played. And sometime later the police knocked at the door and said they had a few questions. So I said goodbye to the kids and I'll be back in a while.
Mr. Newell has brought to our attention extracts from a videotape, from the soundtrack of a videotape. The picture is missing and fragments of sound are all that remain. And in these extracts, a person described as pathologist says...
She was sitting in her chair, chair's there, she feels bad and she leans forward or she slips forward, maybe goes to get up, and she has this...
Followed by the last speech, a woman's voice identified as Sergeant Vance saying...
Natural. John?
This, together with the evidence of Dr. Boyer, which is supported by the Crown's pathologist, Dr. McKee, both of whom, well, both eminent pathologists, who expressed the view that Mrs. Coward's death was due to natural causes. We allow this appeal because the pathological evidence that this was an unlawful killing and that natural causes could be excluded has been shown to be unreliable. We wish to express this court's great regret that as a result of what has now been shown to be flawed pathological evidence, the appellant was wrongly convicted and has spent a very long time in jail. Mr. Newell, do you have any application?
Well, I would certainly ask that Mr. Kay now be discharged from prison.
Certainly.
I have no other application.
Things happen. When I got to her place, Joan's flat, the door was open, a bit open. But I didn't go in. For some reason, I squatted down and looked through the letterbox and shouted, "Joan, are you..." And I saw her just lying through the sitting room door, like she'd come from the hall. And I went in and I said, "Yeah, you silly mood, you've gone and tripped up, haven't you?" Only she didn't answer. She groaned. And I got her into the hall on her back, so she was more comfortable. And I sort of cradled her and she said, "Oh, Joe, oh." And she sort of gave this little laugh, like how silly she was falling over. And she died. And I was scared because of the others, because the police knew me, because it hit me. She was dead. She'd been alive, and now she was dead. And I went. I left.
You're going to stand there all day, are you?
I'm waiting. I shouldn't be here. You're making me wait.
You know, Ricky, got people to see, things to do. Why don't you have a bit of patience? I mean, not a lot to ask, is it? A bit of patience.
All right, Kay. Come on then.
If you're in a hurry.
I've been waiting 3 hours.
Oh, you are making me cry. Honestly, Kate, I'm going to cry.
Come on, get over here and sign me your stuff. You got a sports bag, some clothes, this stuff. Come on, then.
Give us a moment.
Oh, you're out of here. You're gone. You don't want us, we don't want you.
If I was a murderer, I would have been out years ago. I would have had counselling, a council flat, the lot. I'm an innocent man, so I'll get a rail ticket to the mainland and that's it. What have I got to thank you bastards for? 23 years. If you didn't have to, if the Lord Chief Bloody Justice hadn't made you, you wouldn't even let me out.
Sign there and there. That's it. And there's £204.25p in cash. You don't want to donate to Prison Officers' Welfare, do you, by any chance? Here's your bag.
Oh, it's a bit heavy. Could you give us it?
Right, Phil. Now, sod off out of my prison.
I rang her that morning, just to see if there was anything she wanted when I went down to the shops. And she said, that clock you was interested in, I wouldn't mind selling it. And there's a couple of candlesticks too. And more as a favour to her than because I wanted them. I said, yeah, why not? Let's meet at the pub and have a drink and I'll have a look at the stuff there. So that's what I did. I put my jacket on. I went down to the pub.
Patrick David Nichols was convicted of murder and robbery and sentenced to life imprisonment on the 24th of November 1975. After 23 years spent fighting to clear his name, his convictions were quashed by the Court of Appeal Criminal Division. He was released on the 12th of June 1998.
In 23 Years by Mike Walker, Joe Kay was played by Alan Armstrong. D.I. Brunner was Danny Webb, D.S. Vance, Janice Aqua, and the Superintendent, Struan Roger. Dr. Priest was Pip Torrance, Terry, Christopher Fairbank, and the Governor, Sean Baker. The solicitor was Gordon Reed, the policeman, Alex Trinder, and the prison officer, Kenny Blythe. The director was Marion Nancarrow.